people that waited in line just to share this experience of Venom, Candyman, Night of the Living Dead, The Rock, Final Destination. But I want you to know you are now entering the
Cinema
Chop Shop with a top and the pop. Boom, boom, bop.
The Cinema Chop Shop.
What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you're now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. While you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. And you already know what time it is, so today we're going to review Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 1. Now, I'm going to go over a brief synopsis of what basically what the season is about. But the truth of the matter is, in order for me to really give my pros and cons about this show, I think that it's important for you to listen to kind of like a spoiler review. So then we're going to go ahead and talk spoilers. So if you haven't watched the show, you might want to watch it after about the midway point of this video. So basically, we have the beginning of the tournament. You know, this is an international tournament. Can't remember the name of the Taikai something. And we have Daniel and Johnny teaming up in order to take down Cobra Kai, or to basically win this tournament because everybody benefits from it. But you have the typical drama that's going on between the kids and the adults, and you know, we just kind of fall into the same kind of trope that we've seen with this show. Now, that's really when I want to talk about the pros and cons. In order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to talk spoilers. So if you have not watched the show already, I would recommend that you guys go ahead and step off the video right now. So I'm assuming that you guys are done and you're out of here if you haven't watched the show. But if you watched the show, hey, congratulations, you made it to something epic. Now, we're going to talk about our first con. The first problem with the show is it's hella predictable, right? The main thing that was super predictable is the fact that Tori rejoined Cobra Kai. Now, they did the one thing, another thing I hated about the show is it kind of gave you, you know how when shows kind of give you breadcrumbs and showing that a character is going to do something, they kind of hint it earlier on in the episode or in the earlier episodes, and then it comes into fruition later. We had this shit literally happen within the same episode. Kreese pops up, damn near the same episode, Tori leaves Cobra Kai. I mean, freaking Miyagi, though. It was literally like seconds apart. Like, it felt like just a quick transition, which to me, it annoyed me because it made it super freaking predictable. And then also the fact that the tournament needed a female and a male. And if you look at the Cobra Kai team, they only had a male counterpart, right? They only had males. So they needed a female lead. John Kreese showing up kind of, to me, hinted that they were going to go that route. And to me, it was just a super bad cop-out. I thought it was horribly done. Another thing was the fact that Robbie winning the leadership role with Miyagi, though, kind of saw that coming. You know, we saw the writing on the wall with that. Tori not winning the leadership role, we saw that coming, right? We saw the writing on the wall. And then also Devon cheating in order to actually make it onto the team. I kind of saw that coming along, especially when she saw like Barnes wasn't digging her and Barnes wasn't really paying attention to her, and she felt like she had to do whatever she had to do in order to get to the point that she was trying to get to. So, I mean, again, this show is very, very predictable. Now, here's the part where I had huge gripes with the show, and this is the writing. The writing in the show was horrendous. It was atrocious. It was bad, right? Because the reason why is because we're having the same old recycled storylines. We're having the same conflict that Daniel and Johnny have been having since freaking the original Karate Kid movie. We have these characters develop like progress and make character development, and then they take 10 steps back. And I don't understand why we're having these characters move forward and then move back. To me, it doesn't make sense. Same thing with Hawk and Dimitri. They make this progress and then they take 10 steps back, and they're arguing about the same freaking thing over and over again. And to me, it does not make sense. I don't understand why they keep rehashing the same storyline. And then you have freaking Tori and Sam getting into it, but at the same time, they kind of didn't fall for the trope, and they kind of steered away from it. And they were like, we ain't gonna do what you think we're gonna do, and then turned around at the end and had kind of Tori do the little rivalry thing at the end any freak away. So it just felt like it was just it just the whole tropey conflicts between the same characters, it's still going on. Even with Kenny and freaking John Kreese's and freaking Daniel's son, I don't even know his freaking name. They still got conflict. It's just ridiculous at this point. Another part of bad writing was that Kreese being able to fly wherever the fuck he wants. I mean, he's participating in a freaking international tournament, right? He's in an international tournament, and he's also a wanted fugitive. An international tournament that's being televised across the world. And then on top of that, this man is literally able to come into America, find Tori, try to convince her to come, and then dip out of the country without being seen. I found that pretty damn ridiculous, in my opinion. Also, Kenny. I feel like they wasted Kenny's potential. You brought him up so much, man. You built him up so freaking much just to be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and sideline you for Dimitri. And that's another gripe I have. I don't understand the appeal that Dimitri has. Dimitri is not an interesting character. Dimitri is annoying as hell, and honestly, he's a little weenie. I get sick and tired of looking. I don't even know why this show continues to push him. You could have swapped out Dimitri for freaking Kenny any day. I would have took that happily, because Kenny beat Hawk when he was way younger and way smaller. And now that he's obviously grown a whole lot, he's damn near taller than everybody in this damn show. And we have Dimitri in the final 6. I thought that was pretty damn whack, in my opinion. I know that they're probably going to explain it a lot better later, but the purpose of this Miyagi box, I don't really understand it. I don't get it. I think it's kind of purposeless at this point. To me, it's just I don't get it. Even once they explain it, I know it's going to make a lot of sense, but at the same time, it doesn't serve a purpose right now. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. It really feels pointless, in my opinion. And also, I mean, Kreese's side missions that he's going on. He went on this whole complete side mission just to find out that Johnny was his weakness. Again, it's the same freaking storyline over and over and over again. They play these things up, and then like they just keep repeating it. It really feels like this show is writing itself into a corner because they know they don't have any interesting stories to tell, and interesting stories that they did tell, they've already told it before. And the fact that they just keep making us watch the same stories over and over again is kind of ridiculous. Now, I'm going to talk about the pros. It's not too many, but, let's go ahead and go over the pros. I feel like the music is always a staple in this TV show, both the soundtrack and the score, dude. The freaking score is always fantastic. That every time the episode ends, it's like a that shit's sight. You can always look forward to the ending of that. I think the Cobra Kai score, like the score that goes with the show, is fantastic. Yeah, that's always a plus. We also have Johnny. Johnny always having great comedic moments. His comedic timing and the fact that he's just he's so stuck in his era. He says things and he doesn't really realize that they have kind of like double meanings or things might not be The good thing about Johnny is he says things and it's like, it always plays on that trope like these things, you can't get away with that stuff now. And it's really cool to see a character just go ahead and just say however he feels. Now this next one is going to be my biggest one. Tori is the MVP of the season. She has so much character development. She had a huge emotional moment. And this was the reason why I feel like this direction I feel like Cobra Kai should have went. You should have started developing these other characters. Like Kenny, he had like the little thing going on with his dad and his brother getting out and things like that. But then you sideline him and you're just like, well, what was the point of doing that? What's the point of building him all the way up just to kind of like put it to the side and make it like purposeless, But Tori, back to Tori. Tori had an amazing emotional moment. As you guys, obviously the spoiler part. So she lost her mother, and that being the motivation behind her wanting to win the tournament, which brings me to another con. Tori has a legit reason to want to win this tournament. Robbie has a legit reason to want to win this tournament. Everybody else's reasons are kind of just weak. Like Dimitri wants to impress his girl. Hawk is cool. Hawk just wants to participate in the tournament just because. I mean, Sam? She wants closure? Who gives a fuck about closure? You know what I mean? Miguel wants an opportunity to probably get into a better school by winning the tournament to put it on his resume. Okay, cool. But at the same time, Robbie and to me, Sam are the two characters where it's like, you know what? They deserve it the most. They really have something to lose if they don't win. Because they already put themselves in a situation where they kind of gave up on school type shit. And it's like, they don't have much of a future. So this could be their exit. This could be their ticket out of here. So I feel like they should have built more on that versus having these other characters try to steal the spotlight from them. To me, that shit was completely 100% pointless. But again, Tori, her purpose, her emotional moments, and honestly, the actress that plays Tori, she needs to do horror movies, right? I know she did a movie where she's alien warlords, and I kind of want to see that. But she also did a short where it was kind of like a short about a Valentine's Day killer, and she did fantastic in that movie. I would love to see her as a final girl because I think she makes an amazing horror actress. I feel like she has a lot of potential there. But yeah, so Tori being the highlight of the season, I think that she needs to be. I would love for her to be the main focus, but the fact that she's now on the opposite team. I know we're going to get some focus, but we're not going to get a lot of her. My prediction next season for the next part or part 2, I feel like there's a possibility that Kenny could be joining Cobra Kai. I mean, I don't think it's like a huge possibility, but it's there. Because you have this character that had massive potential and you kind of just let him go. But then also the fact that Cobra Kai has 3 male fighters, right? You have 3 male fighters, and then you have 1 female fighter, and I think they need 6 participants. So there's 2 people that still haven't been revealed. So there's a possibility that Kenny could be a number 5 or something. So we'll keep that in mind because it only makes sense. They have 2 empty slots. So that's what that is. Overall, like I said, the season was enjoyable. It's fun to watch, but at the same time, it has its issues. Like, I cannot just look the other way and be like, oh, this is a great ride. No, because it's really the same. It's the same story just recycled over and over and over again. How many times do we need to see Johnny and freaking LaRusso get into it all the freaking time? Like, that storyline's dead already. We should be past that already. To see these characters go forward and take 8 steps back is ridiculous. Same shit with Sam and Tori. The same shit with Miguel and Robbie. The same shit with Hawk and Dimitri. The same shit with Kenny and LaRusso. Kenny and LaRusso makes a little bit of sense because they're younger. You know, they've just tried to kind of like make amends and shit. So that makes a little bit more sense, but everybody else should be over this shit already. And I'm kind of over the conflict. I'm over the little drama. I think we need to focus more on the aspect of let's get into the tournament and let's win the tournament. You know what I'm saying? So that's my review. Let me know if you agree or disagree, whatever the case may be. Drop it in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys are having a great day, and adios, homies.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours. You're now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop.